Thanks for staying with us. So our hot topic today is Pastor Poju Oyemade. He's trending seriously on social media because of himself. In fact, this Sunday sermons, Pastor Bakari had his own that smashed the tables. Pastor Poju too has smashed the tables because he was here talking about the fact that Nigerians are programmed to hate their country. He was speaking on the pulpit, and it was alluding to the informal sector of our economy that is not captured. So we're saying that Nigerians are saying, so someone was telling him in the US that what's the employment rate? And he was saying that there's nothing like that really in Nigeria, because there's a large informal sector that is not captured. And that is almost impossible in other countries. People are earning, they're making money here, they're selling small, you can sell hair, you can sell shoe, you can sell bag. My PA, she's selling granules, she's selling granules, she's selling stuff. The revenue she's making is not captured. He also said that Nigeria is the only country where you can go to school, you can be a doctor for as low as 500,000 naira, and then you travel abroad and you can still build on that career and start making dollars. In America, it's impossible for you to use like $2,000 to go to university and become a doctor. That's impossible. So we're just going on and on, and obviously Nigerians responded. Some were saying that, what are you talking about? That in the country, you're saying that Nigerians there's an informal sector, but do you realize that the roads are bad, there's no electricity, telling Nigerians to work 2 or 3 jobs is impossible in Nigeria, because even the first job you go to, they may not even pay your salary. The second job you're not going to get anything commensurate with the work you're doing. So it is an imbalance. It's a conversation that is not totally complete in the way he has said it. But what are your own thoughts? Because, like, as I said, it's trending on social media. We'd like to hear the viewers and hear your thoughts on it. You can call us on 020-163-52013, 090-241-63448. You can also send us messages on X and also on YouTube. We'll be happy to hear your thoughts. Chika, I want to go first?
I could go first, please. Yes. So I just want to say this is the reason why I personally don't like comparisons. Different countries and different systems across the world have their unique set of their peculiar blessings, challenges, and the things that they have to contend with. And so Nigeria doesn't fall short. Agreed, as a country, we have certain things going for us. We have human resources, right? We have natural resources. The strength of our people, the tenacity of Nigerians in itself, I think arguably is one of the greatest resources that we have as a people. And so, which is why when we go anywhere across the world, we excel, because it speaks to character, who we are, how we're raised. And yes, it does. So even though you say that, certain things are easier to do here, because, for instance, it's easier for you to just get up, start a business, no regulation, you don't pay your tax, and you're making money. And if you had to get education, for instance, here in the country, it's cheaper. Some fields, it's cheaper to, for instance, medicine, surgery, being a nurse, it's probably cheaper to get that education here, and you can still stand head to head with your international counterparts. While that is true, when we talk about sectors that are unregulated, we also have unregulated problems within those sectors. So when we're talking about sectors that are not captured, where these people are thriving and they're making so much money and nothing is being remitted to the government, even within that subsector, there are unregulated challenges that these people have to contend with on their own. And so generally, as a people, when you say that somebody is selling hair, a bunch of hair, 250,000 naira, and she sold 3 bunches, and she's not going to pay tax for that, there's nothing is going back into the coffers of the government to contribute to infrastructure. While that is true, how many Nigerians, we're talking about just one chunk of a sector of Nigerians. The vast majority of Nigerians are suffering and have been suffering for the longest time. Some can barely afford to eat a square meal. Eating healthy, eating fruits right now has become a luxury. Our middle class has gone extinct. These are real palpable issues that we contend with on a daily basis. And so think about the potential. If as a country we had the basic access to the things that we need to thrive, we had those things going for us, think about how much more better we would be doing, not just abroad, but within the shores of this country.
Point taken. Let me come to you, Nima, because there was a part of that video or other videos I've watched that says that many Nigerians, we know our problems. Just like I think Chika just said that every nation has its peculiarities. So we have our peculiar problem. We don't have light. Our roads are bad. We have our government's corruption. We have those things. They are there. But in all of these, some people are thriving. What are your thoughts on what the pastor is saying?
I've known Pastor Poju Oyemade since my days in Lasso. He used to send newsletters and preachings to me back then, and I used to just read them. and I've always kind of liked the line of thoughts. You see what he was saying is something all Nigerians must wake up to. We are quick to do the comparison that you said you would not. Go to social media. That is, he said they are groomed on social media to hate their country because you see the problem. These problems you just highlighted, what China and the tariff war has exposed America to is that the America's problem is even bigger than ours. The level of unemployment and the inability of the wealthy class to free the lower class to have the means to making wealth is huge. Did they just do, what's it called, the protest? What was the protest titled? To tell the
Elon Musk
and co. to let go. They just had that protest because they just found out that because of this huge profits, they've been scamming them with designer names and brands and products. That's a country. But when they want to solve the problem, they don't come and say Nigeria is the problem. They face the problem. But an average Nigerian here, as soon as you're leaving school where you have just gotten affordable school fees, education, especially you're looking at the country and saying, God punish this, what has it done for me? And you're looking out. You're never looking within to say, okay, what can I do here? An average, we're talking of over 50% of our youth today, average are thinking, I can never make it here. I must live here. It is, some people use the most crude, the most abusive words online. And if you put that place, if you sit on that place and you feast there, you feed on those posts and notes, you would never have, you wonder how you raise your kids here. You lose hope completely. But the places they want to go to, that they are looking to, and hoping that everything there is green there, you see that they have their own peculiar problems, just as you've mentioned. And are they looking on how to solve it? They're solving it within. No, I have never heard a Canadian curse Canada.
They're overusing ourselves.
No, but they criticize our government for bringing in
foreigners. They do. They curse the place.
Exactly.
You don't want to be on X and see some of these comments. Sometimes I deliberately say to myself, I'm not cursed. I'm in Nigeria and my place is not cursed. I have to keep saying it from what they feed our young ones. And an average 13-year-old now is asking for phone. When they go there, who is going to censor what they're reading? Who is going to tell them, no, don't mind that person? And the most influencers with the highest number of pages, I am a Pan-Africanist. I don't just follow pages. Anything that is not African-centric, I'm not interested. But when I do follow them, you will still see people under the comments who do not have a single hope. Okay. There are countries in Africa whose governments are even struggling with worse. And the countries you're looking to are the cause of those problems in those African countries, including ours.
Okay, let me come to Ramat. Your thoughts on this.
So I totally agree with what Nima is saying. If you're on X, you constantly...
Do you agree with Pastor Poju?
Yes, I agree with Pastor Poju. Yes, I agree with him because constantly on X, I've never seen a country like Nigeria with the Nigerian citizens, the way we criticize our government. No matter what the government does, we are very good.
Is the criticism unfounded?
Yeah, it's sometimes the way we go about it, the curses we rain on our presidents, governors, and all. Instead of every single time, we're always singling out all the problems. Sometimes when you single out problems, bring up solutions as well. Most times it's never solutions. It's always the government didn't do this, the government didn't do that, the government this and that and all of that. But you are thriving when you go abroad. You are thriving in all and everything, the things you are doing. Example like this is the medical part he brought about. Yes, he's very right. You study for like as small as 500,000. Abroad is very expensive. I know of somebody who wants to go abroad to school. If you see the procedures just to get admission there, to study medicine, and over there to study medicine, you don't just get the admission directly to study medicine. You must study maybe something like biochemistry or this. You don't just go into medicine direct. Unlike here in Nigeria that you go into study medicine and graduate after 6 years. Most of our most of the people who study medicine and are abroad, they are doing very well in their respective fields.
Okay.
They are nailing it and doing so well.
Martin, let me come in here because I hear you and I hear Nima. However, if you tell that to somebody who lives in Plateau State right now, they just killed 120 people in the community. They are Nigerians who are suffering, just like Chika has said. So I hear Pastor Poju and I agree with him to an extent. But the reality is that there's some people having it really tough. They're not even as rich as those who are going to his church members, to his church and are selling wigs. There are some who are trying to survive.
Just to eat.
Now, but I also see the part that we're a social country such that we always have some, even though you don't have any money, you have one auntie that will give you something. We're sort of a begging nation where we have somebody who helps us to survive somehow. But it still does not negate the fact that people are suffering.
It is.
Let me go on a very short break. When we come back, we open our phone lines and take a few comments. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.